Hello everyone, welcome to another video. It's nice here in Kansas City. In fact, a little too nice because I got sunburned yesterday. But unbeknownst to me, I got some VCLT in the mail. Well, I guess it's not vinyl because it's a little too small to be vinyl. But from George Allen CDs and LPs. I don't know what it is because I didn't know he was sending me something. So I guess that's what I will do. I'll go ahead and open it here and be surprised. Wow. The Kansas City Blues Band, which I have not heard of. And they do the song Going to Chicago, the Jimmy Rushing song, Room with a View, Lowell Fulson song, Compared to What, Danger Zone, a Percy Mayfield song, Born in Chicago, Laundromat Blues, that I actually have by the Five Royals, Jealous Kind, Drink Muddy Water, 2 Years of Torture, another Percy Mayfield song, and Better Off with the Blues. Tom Bark, Rick Hendricks, Mike O'Neill, Larry Van Loon. I do not know these people. At the Kansas City Blues Band. Thanks. And then he also sent me a nice blues compilation. I don't know if he made this, but it's blues images from the 20s with people like Skip James, Son House, Ma Rainey, Mississippi Sheiks, Charlie Patton, Blind Blake, Ida Cox, Blind Lemon Jefferson, Memphis Jug Band. Wow, that is really cool if he made that himself. But I guess I'll read the note here and see if I can read it to you. So I can read a little bit of this letter. I guess he said he finally got his CDs in alphabetical order. He had his albums in alphabetical order. And he says, going through my 500 CDs, I came across the two enclosed that I thought you might interest you. One is a band from Kansas City, but I'm not sure which Kansas City. There is a Kansas City, Kansas as well. Not as big as Kansas City, Missouri, but I don't know where they're from either because I have not heard of them. So I never had a chance to play it, but since they are called a blues band, I figured you might like it, which I probably will. Also, I came across an unusual CD of blues artists from the early 20s. Once I showed this to a friend of mine when I was living in Miami, and he went bonkers. I think it's really cool, the artists that are on this one. He begged me to let him borrow it to make a copy, which I did. I have a whole set of early blues artists on CD. Anyhow, that is it for now. Hope you find these interesting. As always, stay safe and healthy, brother. Well, thank you, George. I did find something I thought you would like, and I'm kind of waiting to find something else to send you something back because you've been too generous. But so anyway, that's my VCLT. But I thought I would also show a few things I've just picked up recently. The first things I'm going to show here is a CD that I picked up. It's by a group called King Radio, and this is their CD Mission Orange, which is an EP. And it's also got kind of a cool, the disc is like an orange, kind of neat. But I recently participated in a challenge by Richard McCook where he wanted us to find songs for all the 50 states. And one of the persons that comments on some of my videos is Thomas Calden, but he doesn't make videos, but he often comments. And he was upset, well, not upset, but disappointed that I didn't find a song for Wisconsin. And he told me about this group, King Radio. They do a song on here called Wisconsin. And we commented back and forth. They're great power pop. And he had me listen to the song, and I went on YouTube, listened to the song, and go, this is some really good stuff. So then he even told me, hey, there's one on Discogs. And so I went on this is my first purchase on Discogs, this Mission Orange. But if you like power pop, I'm gonna have to search out some more of their catalog, because it's a guy named Frank Padalaro. I guess he was with the Scud Mountain Boys from Massachusetts, but I think they have two or three full-length albums and then this EP. But this EP is wonderful. Another one, which I had an initial listen, and then I didn't keep up with it. I don't know if I was disappointed. I liked it more than Where the Action Is. This is the Waterboys. This is their last album, Good Luck Seeker. I liked it better than Where the Action Was, which is the album before this. And then they had another one before that were all, he kind of got into electronic and hip-hop rhythms. And it's a different aspect. I mean, he's branching out. And I guess I wasn't quite ready for that. When you think of the Waterboys, you don't think of those things. But he's always experimenting, always looking for new ways to increase his musical or knowledge or whatever. But when I went back and listened to this again, I'm really, really digging it now. It's especially the first two songs, The Soul Singer and You've Got to Kiss a Frog or Two, Why Should I Love You? I mean, he does a little bit of, like I said, incorporating these hip-hop rhythms, and he does a lot more talking on some of these last albums, but like I said, I'm really starting to enjoy it now. I think it takes several listens to really start appreciating it, and maybe I need to go back to Where the Action Is and give me a few more spins as well. That's it. The Waterboys, Good Luck Seeker. I have a huge backlog of albums that I've bought during this pandemic, and a lot of them I haven't even listened to yet. And one of them was from Record Store Day, and it's this Tony Joe White, great songwriter. His biggest claim to fame was probably he had one top 10 hit with Polk Salad Annie, which a lot of other people have done. It's from Elvis to everyone, but that was his biggest hit by himself. But he also wrote maybe my favorite song of all time, and that's Rainy Night in Georgia. I love the Brooke Benton version of that. But this is a swampy, down and dirty album that, with him and his guitar, kind of reminds me of a little bit of maybe Lightning Hopkins, but it's really bluesy and swampy, and it's just, and this is actually, it's called The Beginning, but actually this is like his 28th album, or I don't know, this came out in 90 something. This was the reissue for Record Store Day in 2020. I don't think it had ever been released on vinyl before, but I think that came out maybe the 90s. I'm not positive about that. But a wonderful album. Came on this splatter vinyl. But yeah, if you like kind of bluesy singer-songwriter rock, Who You Gonna Hoodoo Now, Ice Cream Man are both just masterpiece songs. But wonderful Tony Joe White, great singer-songwriter, and this is a great album. I also got the seminal Buddy Holly record. This was, the Chirping Crickets was the first one with the Crickets, and this was under just his name, Buddy Holly, which is the second album of his. This was an Analog Productions, which was really a beautiful one. It looked like the old label, the Coral label, but has some of his best known songs like Peggy Sue and Listen to Me, Every Day, Words of Love, Rave On, but an essential album. This has a nice gatefold. He also does a couple of songs better known by Elvis, Ready Teddy, and You're So Square, Baby I Don't Care. I think still like the Elvis versions more, but Wonderful record, and you need to have the Chirping Crickets and this one here, Buddy Holly. Another Record Story Day release that I just started listening to. First time on vinyl, on US vinyl, it says. It was a Black Friday one. It's Mila Jovovich, best known for as being a movie actress. But this is just a revelation, this album here. Like she has the song, the Alien Song, and Gentleman Who Fell, which I guess was released as a single. But those songs really remind me of Kate Bush. And I guess she was only like 15 or 16 when she wrote most of the songs. And I think this is the only album that she ever did. This called The Divine Comedy, Mila. And this Record Store Day release came on this beautiful orange covered vinyl. But yeah, maybe go and listen to a few cuts off YouTube or something. If you like Kate Bush, I think you might be interested in this album as well. But Mila Jovovich. Next I have the artist Nikki Lane. This album, Highway Queen. The one right before this came out in 2017. The one before this was produced by Don Arbach of Black Keys. This one got a little bit better reviews. I haven't heard the other one actually, so I can't say to that. But she has a different producer on this, Jonathan Tyler and herself. But this is kind of bluesy country. It's got songs like 700,000 Rednecks, Highway Queen, Jackpot, I really like that song, and Big Mouth. But imagine kind of a harder rocking Bobby Gentry, and kind of get the idea. But yeah, kind of bluesy country by Nikki Lane. I really like this album, and it's really growing on me. The last one I'm going to show is another one that's been growing on me, and it's called The Lost Weekend, which, if you know the film with the Billy Wilder film with Ray Milland, he's a chronic alcoholic, and he goes through 4 days of drinking binge, 4-day drinking binge. And I guess this album is pretty aptly titled because that's kind of the way it was in the studio with this one. This is Danny and Dusty, which Danny is Dan Stewart of Green on Red, and Dusty, I guess, is Steve Wynn from the Dream Syndicate, because they're the ones that wrote all the songs on here, and I guess it was like a big party in the studio. But it has those two, and it has Sid Griffin, Stephen McCarthy, and Tom Stevens, which were all in the Long Riders, and it has Chris Kakovas on piano, which I love the piano on this one. And I guess he was in Green on Red? Green on Red? I'm back. And it was, yeah. Chris Kakovas was in Green on Red for a time. He has a bunch of solo albums I saw, although I haven't been that familiar with him. But and then the last one playing drums on here, Dennis Duck, who has been in the Dream Syndicate. But I guess it was party time, but they were sober enough to really make some pretty good music, and this one's really growing on me. But the boozy, infused weekend that they recorded this album turned out to be pretty good. But The Lost Weekend, Danny and Dusty. That's my new finds. I probably have a lot more to show since I've got so many that I haven't even listened to yet or broke open. But thanks so much, George, for the VCLT. I'm going to really enjoy these blues albums. Thanks.